One of these days I'll learn how to do internet correctly. For those who are trying to grow their channels, I have a feeling that the algorithm has had a bit of a shift. I don't think shorts are as high on the priority list, and I think longer form content is starting to be the go. So don't want anyone to be alert or alarmed or anything like that. I just think we've got to keep an eye on and watch out for, because it doesn't matter. I'm not doing this professionally, but I noted that my numbers have taken a bit of a hit, and that means that probably other people are doing the same kind of thing. Here is my setup for today. How crazy is that? Answer being very. But I do believe it works. So what I'll do is I'll just show you. Slot it in here. Hang on, there we go. What it does is it slots in there, hopefully. No, yeah, sorry about this. Let's just do it properly. What's going on in the back here? That thing needs to go on correctly. Right, so now, having no one saw that, that slots in there like that, and then this just goes straight on, like so. And then we all of a sudden have a nice little caddy that I can move around and do the whole Opal thing with. Isn't that lovely? The world is our oyster sometimes. Okay, so what are we planning on doing? Today, finishing off a Vellum Knight. Finishing off another Vellum Knight. Finishing off yet another Vellum Knight. And just for a little bit of variety, I think we'll just spend some time finishing off a Vellum Knight. Now, if you find all of that boring and you want some variety in your life, something to do, something that's much, much more interesting than the affair that I have just given you, let's have a look around here. Ah, yes, here we go. What we can do here is finish off a Vellum Knight. I think this one's going to end up being quite a good one. I'm being a little bit cautious about this guy because, well, this Vellum Knight is cracked and I'm not particularly anxious to insult it anymore, but we'll see what happens. It may just be that the Vellum Knight crack is there and it won't progress any further. The other option is a little bit more catastrophic, however. The other option, of course, is that the Vellum Knight crack is catastrophic. The entire thing cracks apart. The world descends into chaos and anarchy, and I start living off raccoons. So let's try not doing that. I don't like the taste of raccoons. So, whoop. Okay, that's one thing. That's our glitch for today. Something fell off the dopstick. It was this. So I may have to stop halfway through and dop some more, but like, quite frankly, I've got a million billion, so I don't think I need to do that. Now, because I use leg wax as my dopping medium, because I use leg wax as my dopping medium, you should be well aware by now that sometimes the opals do fall off a bit. So be prepared for that. First things first, however, what we're going to do is we are going to get the machine started, and in order to do that, I'll actually bring this off the reel that I've so carefully created, just so you can see. Yeah, it does move. Whee! That's it moving. We go over to here and we activate the water mechanism. Click and click. Now that is way too much water for the time being, and that's okay because there's powder down the bottom there, and I was trying to get rid of that powder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug, and I'm going to go grab the cage carrier. I don't trust the microphone at the moment, so I pulled out the jack to make sure that it was working, so that I could actually say hi to you. There should be a... Oh, forget my own head if it wasn't screwed on. There it is. Got a phone here, so I'll just test the audio now. Right. So now we'll plug in, and we'll carefully try and get this in. This has been very, very abused. The plug has been in water so many times, that's why we have trouble with it. But this phone is an old one and it still uses the jack attachments, and so I'm quite attached to it, and so is the jack. So let's see how this goes. Okay, here I am, here I am, here I am, here I am. That sounds rather loud. Hello? That sounds good. Sounds almost apocalyptic with that fan going in the background. I might have to turn that off. But we'll see how we go. We won't do anything unless we absolutely have to. So I'll just grab this, move it over to the side. That's probably going to have effects. Are you still with us, peeps? No, you're not. Well, yes, you are. Are you still with us, peeps? No, you're not. Well, yes, you are. Let's try and just. I think we can do a bit. Okay, now can you hear me still? Okay, now can you hear me still? Yep, that's perfect. Right, off that goes. Okay, so because of the arrangement, if there is an issue with the audio, don't hesitate to put it up on the chat so that I can deal with it. But with no further ado, we can actually get this show on the road. Hopefully that's not going to create issues. Here we go. That's right, I turned it up to maximum water, didn't I? That's what maximum water does. As fun as that is, not useful. Checking the audio, so it's still going. Certainly not doing well, is it? Let me just quickly grab that. How's that? Very, very loud. I'll try pulling the jack out and see how it sounds. What? How's that? I personally think that's better. Alright. Well, if you have suggestions, there's comment section, so let's turn this down. So there we go. It is a vibration traveling through the voice. I can do something about that. Basically this guy here, if I go onto here too much, this is a really coarse paper, you would see those flying off. It's just a little bit too rough for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this Hattie over, and we're going to have a look at this particular piece. This is the cerium oxide pad, but on top of it is a small piece of sandpaper that's set to 1000 grit. So that's a lot gentler to the opal. Sad story is that this is going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, which is not good. Here we go. Turn that on. We'll see how the water goes. Got to just be a bit careful with it. Do you have water? Good. Just going to do that. There we go. There we go. Oh wow. Okay, that phone's getting absolutely smashed. So let me move it over to there. And I will rub it with my specialist equipment, which is my shirt. Hopefully, it's still going. Water's just a little bit too strong, but that's okay. It's only wetting things that don't matter. Now, as I was saying before, this is a belemnite. Belemnite is essentially either, well, what do they call it? I forgot the name of a nautilus. And a nautilus is one of those curly shells that really defines the Cretaceous period. But this one is not a curly shell nautilusy thing. This one has got a straight cone-shaped shell that still does the same thing. Basically, these shells, as far as I know, were divided into segments. And those segments each had their own specific buoyancy. And a lot of the time, with squids, they're actually filled with ammonia rather than air or anything like that. So it's all quite a bizarre arrangement. Move that up so you can see a bit better. So what I'm doing is I'm angling it a little bit towards this end because this is a bit too proud. Probably zoom you right in so you can see this. No, I can't. I have to get right in close. If I get right in close, it'll get wet. I'm getting a little bit closer though. Cool thing about Dopsticks is that you can get away with doing a one-handed polish. It's just taking quite an age because normally you can get away with using a coarser level of sandpaper. You can't this time around. Come on, show it what's like. We're getting there. Did I say cake curry or did I say kale curry? Because it is kale. And I apologise. So anywho, these things, they manage their buoyancy either by filling it with ammonia, believe it or not, or filling it with air or carbon dioxide or something, basically taking the place of what the fish have called a swim bladder. If you ever see people saving fish on the YouTube by poking a hole in their guts, I mean, it's necessary to save them, yes. But the only reason why they need saving, of course, is because, well, they were dragged up from the bottom where they're supposed to be. So that part of the shell controls the swim bladder, and they can go quite deep. Which of course answers another question, why deep sea squid is not such a delicacy in the marketplaces ever. Because they're full of ammonia, and unless of course you have acquired a taste for ammonia, you probably won't be eating it. Seems that a lot of deep diving whales are fine with it though, doesn't it? Just sitting down on my seat now. I've got everything sorted out. I could literally put this up. Yeah. Tell me if that's too much for everybody. The moment I try to put the thing out, oh hell breaks loose. What I can do is I can stick this. Nope. I'll just do this. Doesn't matter. Boy, this is getting on. You've got to do it right. There's no point in doing it half-assed. Now you can see it squaring off at the end. There's a reason for that. If we have a look at the opal, this is actually a good lesson actually. If you have a look at the opal, you can see that it's a little bit thicker on one side, and also the back isn't quite perfectly done, and you can also see that it's kind of skewed on one side. You can also see there's a little bit of a divot at the bottom. If you sort out the bottom of the opal first, you save yourself so much trouble. I haven't done that because I was too scared to cut too deeply into this belemnite. So I'm having to deal with the issues, and one of the issues, believe it or not, is the top here will be squaring off a little bit, and that's because you don't have an even rub of the opal from the side. Now that I've told you, it stands out quite obviously, doesn't it? Look at that. That's like a lopsided bus. So what I can do is I can either shift the whole stone to one side, or alternately just pretend that the base is uneven and cock my hand at an angle. Either way, we can get there in the end. But it is infinitely more difficult when you're having to do it this way. You don't only get the caddy out when absolutely necessary, because it seems to be working okay like this. Although I'm not sure how much you can stand just me. So what I'm doing now, bringing this up to full power, because I think you can cope with it now. If not, it will shatter. And although I might not get my opal, wow, will that be entertaining watching me cry. Okay, here we go. So look now, How lopsided are we? Doing a lot better. Camera angle ain't, but the opal itself is doing okay. Just so that you know, this is quite a risky manoeuvre. Not risky, but I'm at risk of being annoyed, because what's happening is that the sandpaper is moving in that direction, and I'm holding the drop stick with the wax being held, you know, in that direction, and so the sandpaper is literally pushing against the wax. So that's asking to have the opal fly off. At the moment I'm just trying to get that corner, and access is more important to whether the opal flies off. I can just stop what I'm doing, pick up another opal and keep going, and I can re-drop this later if it does fall off. So that's what I will do. I've just got to be a bit patient. I've got to be nice and patient. Try and go from this angle. At least it'll help push it on a bit. And the water helps to keep it cold. I'm worried that that material is actually getting into the crack, which means that the crack is bigger than we thought. If that's the case, explosion, end of the world scenario. Minor end of world scenario here is the fact that the water capture method is not working properly. That's my leg, that's the water, that's my foot, and yes, it feels wet and miserable. That's going too fast. That's going not at all. Where's Goldilocks when you need her? Too fast. Stopped. Lovely. In case you are interested, whilst I'm doing this opaling, Pony's just there watching me. He's there going, "You're an idiot. You're never going to get views doing this. Why don't you look at me? That's where the views are." Yeah, this is special interest stuff, like I'm interested. Oh no, the views went down. Oh dear. This is nature's way of saying don't give up your day job. So look at it. Has it squared off too much? Don't think so. Just having a look at it with a naked eye, it's a bit easier than what you're seeing. So basically I need to just go here. I need to angle it back a bit because I need to make sure that the bottom of the stone is properly, that the bottom of the stone is properly contacting, so that you don't have an angle down. You can see how there's that down angle. Got to get rid of that down angle. So I'm angling it across. The worst comes to worst, normally I use the Dremel tool, but I know that this stone is so delicate it will just fall apart as you Dremel it. So I'm just having to be patient, just gently as we go. So the low side, we need to really work on that low side. Now we need to angle this one this way. Good. We're doing alright. Ish. It's always a tough call trying to get this done. So it may or may not work out. Ooh, there we go. So look. So the most important part of it now is what's the shine like? And the shine is pathetic. So I've just got to start working on shaping it and shining it now. Sorry, I was just moving it. Yeah, so I've got a bit of a shelf on there, so I call that the newbie shelf. But that's okay, we can get rid of that. I mean, if it was me who put that and then marketed the stone, of course it's not a newbie shelf, it's a facet. But realistically it's because you've just been sitting there rotating it on the same spot for too long. So look, that is getting there, but there's still, I should show you, just so that you know, I'm just going to point it out. Let's try and get it in there. Oh, you're going to show you. So you can see just in there, there's a little bit of trouble, trying to get that trouble out. So you can see by how the wax has actually gone onto the opal, that there's actually a bit of curvature at the very bottom. You can see that curvature there. So I'm keen to get rid of that. So it's still a case of just angling it in as far as I can go, this side, and then angling it the opposite direction this side. So let's see how we go. Or vice versa. It's hard to swap the sides over in pink. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's the pink belt. Oh, going to gear. Oh, have we found a great place? Yoink. Well, that's a bit handy, isn't it? Yeah, you can see the area which I'm working on now. Possibly a crack. If it's a crack, we just deal with it. You still see it skewered. Way more involving for the first opal today than I expected it to be. I suppose there comes a time in your life when you're capable of dealing with the harder level stuff. Right, how's that? What I might do is I might wait till daylight from here on in. What I'll also do is just see what it looks like when we shine it. You can already see the shine starting. showing how to put my bearings. So look, let's get nice and shiny. I'll show you the sheen on this side. You can actually do it this way. Can we? Show me the sheening. Trust me, there's a sheen. Oh, Mr. Sheen. My Mr. Sheen. Is there anything at all you haven't seen? There's only so much you can rotate a little rock. I think we'll move on to another rock because we need to get things moving. So, see where we're up to here. Maybe we can go down here. So got a lot of shine on there. There's still a few impurities, and there's definitely that divot still there. So I'll move on to another stone. I will finish that one off. It's nearly done. Ish. But when I say nearly done, sometimes they take a few hours, and we're not going to waste a few hours just on the one stone. So I am going to have to use both hands for this one. Sorry, you had the reprieve for a little while. Here comes the instrument of doom. That's right, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, I think I'm done with that. So I'm not putting the back in. The basic premise here is that rain last night, my roof leaked. I'm not complaining. I can fix it. Sometimes idea is, see that sanding material in the middle? I want to see if that's basically a voided cavity. Nice and green. Skin exposures. Okay, here we go. There's another. That's the top. No, not enough for that. Some of the fish stones. That will be infinitely more fun. So use the film. You didn't see what it was, it's okay. So, let me have a look at what we've got here. Oh yeah, this one's practically done. I need to just send that over to the Dremel to get it fixed up. We'll do that later. Right, we've done us all. Alright. Here's a little bit picture. So this is just a very small local. But there seems to be cracks on it, so I reckon what I'll do is I'll give it a few swipes and if the crack starts to get really properly. Yeah. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? 48 minutes and I've done just a few panel nights and a little bit of this. Amazing. Once I get to 50 minutes, I'll go inside and say hello to the birds. So I'll get this one done to a standard, and then we'll get some other ones polished, because there's actually some very polishable stones just over there even. Right, let's try and get this going. Go very lightly sanding it. You don't need to push hard. Part of this is done because I've seen a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with it, they cut their opals, they cut really good ones, they do really good takes, they've got all of the advantages. That's very rare in the opal world, usually fighting everything. So you're seeing the fight, and how the fight is real. Right, and as you can see, now much shinier. You can even see that with this camera doing its normal thing. So let's go have a look at some of these other ones that need some shining. I think they're over here. Those are empty dumps, are they? Oh, they are. Right, those ones don't need shining, those ones just need doing. That one, no. Whenever you need it, you can't find it. That's what I was looking for. That's a rubber bush that stops everything from vibrating too hard. So let's go have a look. That one. Right. This one here. Not the same one as the previous one. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I'm doing this left-handed. So we're heading up to the 50-minute mark. At least that one's nice and good, so let's give that one a bit of a dot. I'll put some cerium oxide on it. Saw a very good video from Roy's Rocks about cerium oxide and its various uses. Recommend that. This is the dregs of this particular bit of cerium, but works quite well. I agree with him that cerium oxide, even though they say it's 3,000 grit, it's more than that. It is for sure more than that. There we go, it's starting to come off the rock now. It's what we want. I can get the wax off later, that circle's on the dot. There it goes. The algaes, that was too hot. Hopefully I haven't cracked it. don't think so. Yeah, don't get too hot with these things. Gee, didn't realise I had. Alright. Normally I don't run this at the full revs. That's probably why I felt like it was okay when it really wasn't. But no harm done. Fortunately the Opal survived. There was no guarantee that it would. There we have it. Nice finished opal there. That's sand on the base. That's okay. It's still, you can see there's a little bit of sparkle sitting there. That discoloration of cerium oxide. The sparkle is a lot more pronounced than you think it is. So all and good. Nice little stain there. Alright, let's turn these things off. Let's go say hello and goodbye to the birdies. I just noticed that there's someone there at the moment. We'll just wait for them. I can take this out in the meantime. We can look at those. I've got so many to do. Sometimes it's a little bit discouraging. Done some paving, which is nice. Anyway. Alright, what I might do is if maybe later on I'll live stream again and we'll do some of the bird interactions. So I think that there's too much going on in the kitchen at the moment. Alright, so everyone have a lovely afternoon. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Dr. Phil out.